So now we know it's not all doom and gloom going forward when it comes to the agricultural sector in South Africa and on the rest of the continent. I want to discuss now new era farmers or developing farmers with a man who's very passionate about that subject. And he is the managing director of Lemang Agricultural Services, which sits within AFGRI. I want to welcome to the show Praveen Dwarika. Praveen, are you well?
Thank you very much. Yes, I am. Glad to be here.
Good to have you with us. Lemang Agricultural Services. First of all, paint us a picture. What's that about?
Yeah. So Lemang Agricultural Services, like you correctly mentioned, is a subsidiary of the AFGRI Group. Deep roots in the agricultural sector. The focus for Lemang is the black farmer. Taking the term that you use, the new era farmer, taking them to the next level for them to become fully fledged commercial farmers. And we do that through a variety of tools, not just financing, but other services that we offer. And I'm glad to share those details. In fact, it's something that I really feel we've built a successful model around that.
Fantastic. So I'm that, let's say I'm that farmer. I see that I've grown my business or my enterprise up to the point where I can become commercial. When I approach you, what do you look for?
Passion, number one. There has to be a deep-seated passion for production. We really need that to be the number one driver, because as the Lemang team, that's what we stand for, and we want to partner and journey with farmers that express that same sort of passion. So we would look at the financing component. Naturally forms a key issue, and it's a hotly debated topic when it comes to agriculture, especially the developing farmer sector. But add on things like training, agronomy services, mentoring, which plays a critical role in farmers achieving success. So when you package that all together, we think we've got a win-win for farmers.
I mean, this program, we really look at the financial aspect of everything. I mean, how important is that aspect when it comes to that farmer within that bracket? Because if I want to scale up, I start thinking, oh my gosh, I need to buy plant, and that is going to be incredibly expensive.
Sure. It's always a challenge, but I think therein lies the opportunity as well. And I think the role that we play from assisting to write up the business plan, to take the operation to the next level, come up with different types of financing solutions. Traditionally, it's always been about relying on the farm, the land itself as security. But we know from a developing farmer perspective, land ownership is still a hotly debated topic. So not all of them own land. There's communal land. There's restituted land. So for which farmers don't have title deeds as yet. So they can't offer that to banks as security. So we come up with different types of bespoke solutions. We would look at other alternatives to that. So that's always the starting point, is to ensure that the business plan supports what the farmer is capable of doing. And once that's in place, we've got a good foundation to start building on from there.
The mentorship issue, because I'm sure that is also incredibly important, because you can have all that financing in the world and I'll end up, I can easily buy the wrong thing. I don't know, when do I plant, all those things. If I'm upscaling, it's incredibly important.
Absolutely.
I'll have some sort of mentor. Are there larger farmers willing to be the mentor?
Never underestimate the goodwill that's out there from your large established farmers. They're always willing to partner with the guys that are up and coming, the guys that are on the cusp of going full commercial. Once they see that passion, and once they see that drive from these farmers, they're always willing to step in. It's never about competing with each other. That's never been the case. Agriculture is us doing it together, and I think the goodwill that's there has to be capitalized on.
Okay, give us some good, nice stories that you're on the ground. You've seen some of the farmers we're talking about grow and successfully.
Yeah, look, without mentioning farmer-specific names, we've got farmers where we've taken maize yields, for example. We've taken it from 2.2 tons per hectare that they've been doing right up to 4.5 tons, and that's on par with commercial farmers. Sunflowers from 0.9 tons per hectare up to 1.5, 2.2 tons. So we've done really well. We've taken farmers along the journey where they have become fully fledged commercial farmers. Proactive participants in the national economy is what the goal is for us. AFGRI as a brand stands for food security, and I think the farmers that we choose to partner with have got to have that shared ambition. They must be participants in food security on a national level.
Praveen, give us some examples of some of the challenges that the new era farmers face.
One of the big challenges in raising financing, which is a key component, has been security of tenure.
Yeah.
That's been an issue that the banks have been trying to find solutions for. A lot of times in discussions and negotiations with government.
Yeah.
We don't yet have the perfect solution, but I think we found workarounds in the meantime, and those have been successful to a limited extent. But I think there needs to be a lot more discussion around that, and solutions to be brought to the table where farmers that don't necessarily own the land have more security of tenure that banks can rely on, and that can unlock huge opportunities from a financing perspective.
Is a long-term lease any good at all?
It is. It is. We certainly do focus on that. Naturally, that gives us some sort of security that the farmer is going to be on the land for the defined period, which is the lease, with generally options to renew, etc.
Yeah.
But yes, it's an option.
I mean, we're talking about developing farmers here. Is there, you think sometimes if they work a little bit closer together, that give them a little bit more scale to achieve a little bit more? Does that happen at all?
It does happen. It does happen. It's generally how cooperatives started, and I think the term's not used all that much anymore, but it certainly happens, and we find that amongst the developing farmers with projects that we've rolled out recently for corporates. We find that that's extremely successful. That it has distinct advantages in the sense that there's a lot of knowledge sharing.
Yeah.
Besides the risk sharing component, there's a lot of knowledge sharing. Guys looking after each other, and there's a lot of empowerment that takes place as a result of that. And we particularly enjoy that type of cooperation amongst the farmers.
All right, Praveen, you've got a lot of experience working with these new era farmers, the developing farmers on the ground itself. And when you start a small business or business of any nature, it's more your passion that you spoke about. But some guys just are terrible at the paperwork. Yeah. How critical is that going forward?
It's very important, especially when you're going next level and you want to start engaging with financiers and potential investors. Let's not forget about that. It's critical that you're able to show that your record keeping is on par with the best. And to do that, to facilitate that, we offer business management, financial management, marketing and negotiation type of training courses, so guys are able to handle the paperwork and keep their records up to date. So it's that typical, your appointments confirmed with the bank manager, now you've got to go and look for your paperwork. In our instance, we make sure you empowered enough to be able to keep that on track throughout the season. So at any one point in time, you've got information at your fingertips. So we live in an information age, and whether it's on paper, whether it's digital, it should tell the same story. And the key for us is to make sure that farmers are empowered and trained enough to have access to that.
Okay, fantastic. Praveen, lovely chatting with you.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
very passionate man about what he's doing. Praveen Dwarika, Managing Director, Lemang Agricultural Services. And right at the beginning, he said it all starts with passion, and then everything else follows.